Hey everybody, I couldn't be more excited to bring you Tech Vibe Radio One Mic Stand today. This is Jonathan Kersing with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and Tech Vibe Radio. And the reason why I am so pumped because I'm talking to George Cook today. He's the founder of Honeycomb Credit. And this is just a cool company. First off, they were a Tech 50 FinTech Company of the Year award winner back in 2019. And these guys are coming up with really cool solutions to help small businesses in these crazy, crazy, crazy times. And so, George, thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to talk with us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Jonathan. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely. So before we kind of get into some of these new programs that you guys have going on, I always like to give our listeners and our viewers just a quick overview of what Honeycomb is all about. Because what you do is just so unique, and I feel like it's just so disruptive in the financial industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So Honeycomb Credit, we are a Pittsburgh-based company, and we are a loan crowdfunding website. So basically what that means is we let locally owned small businesses borrow fair loans from their own customers and fans and community members. So it looks and feels kind of like a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo.
Right.
But instead of Jonathan putting in $100 and getting a T-shirt, you can actually invest that $100 or $1,000, help out a small business in your community, and earn a competitive return while you're doing it.
That's what I'm talking about. You're killing these like two birds with one stone on all of this. Where did this idea come from, and what made you decide, like, dang it, I'm gonna make a company and actually make this happen? Because people think about these types of things, they pontificate about it, but George Cook says, nope, I'm gonna actually do something about this.
Yeah, so I came to this actually from the community banking background.
Okay.
My family's been involved with a community bank in Somerset, Pennsylvania for about 130 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that makes me a sixth generation community banker.
Geez, okay. It's in the blood.
Exactly, right? And so I kind of grew up in that environment. I was doing some financial services consulting, and I saw that community banks, like my family's community bank, was the exception. It wasn't the rule anymore.
Right,
A lot of the
right.
community banks are disappearing. And when I started to do some research, I found that was disproportionately hurting small businesses. It was getting harder and harder for Main Street small businesses that we all love, that really make our communities vibrant places. It was just making it really difficult for them to get fair expansion loans. And so I was in business school at the time, and I met my co-founder, who is a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
And we put our heads together and said, how can we bring this community banking model back for the 21st century? And that's where the idea came from. So, Honeycomb does the due diligence where we're looking at businesses and kind of vetting the quantitative financials. But then the people in the community are now kind of the community bankers. They can vote with their wallets because they know those businesses the best. Yeah.
I love it. I just think it's so cool. Maybe just walk us through a quick scenario. Let's just say I wanted to open my own coffee shop, right? I need to raise, I don't know, $25,000 in order to get my coffee shop going. How would I approach Honeycomb? And then how would you guys help me? How would I get my campaign up there? And then how would I actually collect the funds? And then once I have it collected, how do I pay that back to the cool people in my community that believed enough in me to open my own coffee shop?
Absolutely. So great example, because we actually just recently worked with a coffee shop that opened in downtown Pittsburgh called Creative Coffee.
Cool.
And so the owner came to us and he applied. So we looked at the past financials of the business. We're looking at the personal credit of the business owner. We're looking at the business plan. So we're trying to vet the businesses and make sure they have a good head on their shoulders, and that they've got a reasonable
legit.
path.
You can't just have an idea and say, I'm going to raise $25K, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So they went through that process, and then we handed them over to our customer success team, who helped them build their campaign page, helped them with a video, and helped them come out with a marketing plan to get the word out about their campaign with the community. And then individual people in the community saw their campaign page at honeycombcredit.com and came in and invested anywhere from 100 to 1,000 or even more to support that small business. We kind of aggregated all of that money together and distributed it to Creative Coffee. They put that money to work. They bought furniture, they bought some fixtures within the actual business itself, and things are going really well. Obviously, they're unfortunately closed down right now because of
I know.
COVID-19, but
Only hoping
they
against
are ready. They are ready to open back up
with
and
some
get
new
going. So,
furniture.
right, exactly.
Oh my, well, see, this is why I just think it's so cool, especially in this day and age, in this time right now, when people are going to be starting their businesses back up, looking at maybe opportunities to expand. Honeycomb has options. And when the first thing you guys did when this whole COVID mess hit us was you offered this relief fund, which I thought was pretty cool. And then we're going to talk about a brand new thing that we're going to announce today that I'm super pumped about. That to me just blows my mind as to how you guys are thinking and completely staying ahead of the curve on all of these things. So tell us about the relief fund first.
Yeah, so we realized that interestingly, most of the projects we do, or at least historically had done, were growth projects. They were businesses opening their second location, or buying
Mhm.
a food truck, or buying that new espresso machine, whatever it might be. They were businesses that were looking to take that next step in
Right.
their growth trajectory. And we out talking to hundreds of businesses every week, and our team is really engaged with the business community. And in early March, we started to hear that people were a little bit more cautious about some of these growth projects, and
Yeah.
and then around March 15th, the whole world
That
turned
magical
upside down.
day, right?
And exactly. And so, we were talking to a lot of businesses and realized that there was still a drastic need for capital, that even with all of these phenomenal programs that the federal government and the state government and local governments are putting forward,
Mhm.
that there's still a really big gap for small businesses.
Right.
They're going to need more capital, and that frankly a lot of traditional lenders are having a hard time lending right now. A lot of online lenders have really pulled back what they're out lending, because there's a lot of unprecedented risk out there. It's hard to kind of understand the risk profile of small businesses. And so we saw all of this unfolding, and we said, well, we've got a really interesting platform to get capital to small businesses in a time when they really need
Yeah,
capital.
right.
And so yeah, so we took our platform, and we streamlined a lot of the onboarding processes. We made it possible to do everything remotely, including kind of shooting a video from your iPhone instead of
Exactly.
getting a video crew in, and kind of streamlining some of
Contact-free
the
video creation,
right,
right?
exactly, and making the process easier with some of the SEC paperwork and all of the whole operational side of the business. We really streamlined that onboarding process, simultaneously really dramatically lowered our fee structure, that how Honeycomb gets paid,
Right.
and the interest rates as well, because we know that people just want to help small businesses right now, and
Exactly,
maybe are a
right.
little bit less focused on that financial return. So kind of across the board, we lowered the cost and made the process smoother, and launched this product. We have a number of these relief loans live on the website right now,
Very cool.
and yeah, we're finding that people want to support small businesses, and we're seeing a lot of people signing up for the site and making
Yeah.
$100, $500 investments to support these businesses.
I think it's just going to swell because it's so top of mind for everybody. And fortunately, there's still many of us that still have some extra money laying around where they feel like this would be a good thing to invest. It's something into the future that people can really feel good about. And so I'm
That's
just curious,
exactly it. Yeah.
since you guys have started this whole thing up, how many businesses have you helped so far? How much capital have you guys helped raise?
Yeah, so we've just in the past couple of weeks launched our first a few campaigns here. So we have 4 live
Okay,
on the website right now. I think we have 5 or 6 more loan campaigns going live next week,
cool.
and we've seen about a 20x increase in the number of businesses reaching out to us to learn more.
I
So
believe it. Right.
it is just a lot of businesses are looking for help right now, and so we are kind of working around the clock to get as many of them up and running on the website as we can. So that number is just going to keep swelling over time.
Love it. Oh, that's so cool, man. It's so cool. So let's get to the big news now. I'm very excited about this because you guys, like I said, I was thinking when you announced that a few weeks ago, I was like, man, Honeycomb's on the stick here. And I'm thinking, done and done, right? But you're going, no, there's more to come. So let's talk about this new bond program that you guys have going on.
Yeah.
What are the deets on this?
Yeah. So through the process of talking to business owners, we heard that a lot of folks we're trying to figure out how to navigate all of these federal programs, all these state programs we were
Yeah.
talking about, and frankly, they were a little bit worried about applying for other credit and getting disqualified for some of these programs, which is totally understandable.
Of course.
At
Yeah.
the same time, yeah, and at the same time, we had a lot of businesses telling us that they're just nervous about taking on debt right now because they don't
Right.
know exactly when they're going to be able to reopen. And when they reopen, they don't know exactly what their business is going to look like,
Right.
right? We
It's
don't
going to
know, is
change
it going to go
significantly for many.
back up
Right.
to one, or is it going to go to 80% or to
Right.
70%? And so trying to figure out how much debt they could service is a little bit nerve wracking for a lot of business owners. And so the team got together at Honeycomb and we said, all right, how can we create a product that is not debt focused, but still gets capital in the hands of
Okay.
small businesses quickly? And so that's where we came up with this idea for the loyalty bond program, which officially went live this morning. We're really, really excited about it.
Very cool.
And basically what it is it's a prepaid gift card subscription. So what we know that going out and buying gift cards is a great way to help small businesses right now.
Absolutely.
But as businesses are reopening, if all of their customers flood back in at the same time with gift cards, then they're going to have a real cash flow problem.
Exactly.
So
Right.
business,
All of a sudden,
yeah,
you're like, wait a second. Now I got to serve
exactly,
you
yeah,
lots of cups
yeah.
of coffee.
So right. So businesses are finding ways to weather the storm right now with these gift cards. But the problem is once they weather the storm and they open back up, if everyone comes in and shops with gift cards at the same time, they might be in a really difficult financial bind.
Exactly.
So the thought behind the loyalty bond is to kind of even that cash flow out over time. So if Jonathan buys $100 loyalty bond to his favorite coffee shop, instead of getting a $100 gift card that you can spend right away when they reopen, what we're going to do is give you $130 of gift cards every 6 months over the next 2 years. So you're going to get a $32.50 gift card every 6 months for 2 years, and you can come back in and keep shopping at that small business.
Oh man, it's just so ingenious. I just love the idea. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And it's great for the business because it kind of ties that loyalty in, right? It really keeps
Totally.
their customers engaged with them for at least 2 years to come. And it's great for contributors, for backers as well, because you get that nice multiple. You spend $100 now and you'll get $130 at your favorite small
Yeah,
businesses. So great way to get capital in the hands of businesses today, feel
definitely.
good about that purchase, and at the same time, earn a nice little perk.
Completely. So it's so interesting that you're doing this because we've been doing our business as usual series, our webcast we do every day at noon. We just had the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association on, along with Adam Golem from Permanente Brothers. And one of
Oh,
the
very cool.
questions from our attendees was, if you buy gift cards right now for a restaurant, is that helpful? And they're like, yes, that actually puts some money into their pockets. But then you think to yourself, but they might have all this money in their pocket, but then 2 months from now, when we can finally start going back to restaurants, all of a sudden, some of that money might have been spent, and they now have to start, producing, coffee and meals and so forth. And so it seems like, it could be short term, but your solution, like I said, scales that out. So that way they get the money and then they know in a predictable level when that's going to be tapped into. So they can then adjust what they're doing as well accordingly around it. So that is just magic.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. Like I said, this is a brand new program. We're rolling it out now, and we're getting inquiries from all over the country about it. So obviously, we're really focused on getting a ton of great Pittsburgh businesses up online here.
Yeah,
But
let's do it, man. Let's spread the
yeah,
word. Come on, let's
yeah.
go.
But we've got our very first customer is actually in Long Island, and we've got customers in Texas and Montana and all over the place that are talking to us right now. So hopefully we can make this program kind of roll out across the country and not just help small businesses here in Western PA, but
Right.
really all over the
It's
place.
around the world. I mean, as far as it goes. And what I love about it is it's a startup here in Pittsburgh that's coming up with that kind of an idea that I think can be totally transformative. Like, I tip my hat to you guys, man. It's just amazing
Yeah, thank you.
all the way around, man. That's just nuts. So, George, how are you faring through all of this? I mean, because we're all stuck at home and we're all wondering what the hell's going on. And you seem cool, calm, and collected, man. Like, I think I need to drink what you're drinking. And how are you keeping yourself on the level?
Yeah, it's the fact that we've got a great team, and the fact that we are a technology company that had built a lot of the infrastructure to be able to work remotely, put
Yeah.
us in a position where it certainly has been a change, and certainly my dog is getting a little sick of me. But other than that, I think we've been able to plow ahead and kind of keep the mission in line, and really kind of on target to just help as many small businesses as we can. And I've just seen the team around me kind of rise to the occasion, right? We've
Course.
in our DNA is trying to help small businesses, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, so many small businesses needed so much help. And it's been really humbling to see the group of folks that I work with every day
How cool.
kind of step up and come up with some of these phenomenal ideas to help businesses.
I love it, man. I'm so happy we got to tell a little bit of your story going on right now, because I mean, this is just what it's all about. These are the types of messages we're trying to get out, that despite the craziness, there's women and men like you who are out there innovating solutions, trying to be helpful, trying to move things forward. George, I can't thank you guys enough. So go to honeycombcredit.com. You can learn about all the details there. If you want to contribute, if you're a business that's looking to scale up, you have so many solutions for everybody right now. You just got to love it.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan.
George, you're the best. Thanks for hanging out with us today.